Alright, so this is going to be the next part in the Eve tutorial or guide or whatever it is. So basically, last episode we went through all these skills. We tried to go through all these skills that you could start with as a free player or the ones you could learn as a brand new account, right? We learned about the different ships you could pilot and how you need to learn level 3 of a skill to be able to pilot a better ship. Because we added all these skills to the queue last time to see which ones were probably worth training as soon as you start the game. Because we were training Caldari Frigate to level 2, and then Caldari Frigate to level 3, which unlocks Caldari Destroyer. Then we learned that skill, and the Caldari Destroyer unlocks new ships for us. Then once we learn Caldari Destroyer level 3, we'll be able to pilot the Caldari Cruisers, although you're not going to have enough gold, right, for now. We only have 30,000 ISK because we made this character from scratch just so we could see how to build a character from scratch in this game without trying to make it way too complicated. So last time we did these skills, we were just going to cover industry a little bit. So the first video we did the tutorial quickly, and then we showed up here. Now let's complete the tutorial. So, congratulations, you have navigated to the agent successfully. Now you should make contact. So let's click on the career industry path. It would be the third one, level 1. So we click on the little chat bubble to start a conversation with him. And that should complete your tutorial. Captain, you are now in the capable hands of the career agents. I suggest that you explore all the different career paths available to you. So then he's going to give you a mission, right? Sure, I've got something. And then you could read the text, right? It's really good to read the text. Some of the stories are really good, and it gives you all the story behind everything. And they always give you tips too, right? So making mountain in moleholes, so we'll accept that and we'll complete the tutorial. So we need to mine 100 M3 of Feldspar, so we could accept that. We just have granted items 1 times miner, so we accept. So this is going to take a while. Cargo capacity, you can only hold 100 cargo units. So we'll say yes, we can change that. It's been a pleasure interacting with you. I'll now enter standard operations mode as your ship's AI. It is an honor flying with you, Captain. And then the tutorial is complete. So for the missions, basically when you complete them, they'll give you a task. It'll say bring these items here, acquire these goods. Here's the drop-off location. This is where you accepted the quest. The items, here's the items you need to go and collect. So go to the asteroid field. Ore mined in another location won't be accepted, so you can't mine ore ahead of time for this one. Basically, this is the location that you have to go to. So granted items, the following items have been granted to you. So they give you 1 miner, and they give you a whole bunch of money when you complete the rewards. And if you complete it within 6 hours, then you get more than double the money. So it's definitely worth it to do it within the allotted time. So we got the granted items miner. We could go to the right here, we could click on fitting. Then we could go to the left here and click on inventory. So now there's not too many windows, right? Just the inventory and just the ship. So we could go here. We had these weapons equipped. We could drag them to the inventory. We could ungroup all the weapons. So this button here, it'll group all of your similar guns, or it'll ungroup them if you wanted to reload them all at the same time or something like that. Especially it works out when you're actually out shooting. We're going to want to equip the miner, so you just drag it over onto the weapon slot. Now the miner is equipped. Then you're going to want to put the ammo back on if you took it out. So then the rail gun, well, we could leave everything here. We're going to be staying here for a while. Just basically go to our ship's cargo and drag the ammo onto the weapon. And the civilian afterburner, I believe. Oh, no, we didn't pick up a better afterburner.
There is already something in that
all of these things, we could throw it into the item hanger, so we just drag it. Well, before we do that, you could right click here on your inventory, right click, and then click stack all. And all the afterburners should be stacked, so you don't have to worry about them being all cluttered everywhere. It's actually a really good way to clean up the inventory. So now drag everything to the item hanger except for the iron charges. You're gonna want your ammo inside your ship's cargo. So this is your ship's cargo. where it shows the green ship. And then this is your item hanger. So this is the station hanger, where you can put everything here, and then all of your ships will be able to access this hangar. Then your ship has its own personal hangar as well, so this is your ship's hangar. So basically we have the miner equipped. Now we could actually go and mine, so just close the window for now. Go to the right and click undock. And then you're going to undock from the station. And basically the tutorial will lead you along the way, right? You could ignore everything except for the top right, counter missions. I think there was an option to change things, right? On the left here, you could go to settings. You could go to settings, and then you go to display graphics, or was it general settings? Oh, general settings. Yeah, I'm not sure why it does that, but your transparency, they'll usually go like that. You won't be able to read your text too well, so if you drag transparency all the way to the left, then you'll actually be able to read your text a lot better. There's another good tip. And then you click close window. So now for the tutorial mission. On the left hand side, it'll show you the tutorial mission. If you click on this, you could hide the things, right? I think we did hide some things. Yeah. You basically hide these things on the left. If you click on the search, you could hide that. And then agent missions, you could also hide that as well if you don't want all these up here. So we'll keep the agent missions open. And then warp to the location. You need to warp to the mission location. So you can click on this as well to minimize it or maximize it. Then you can click on the question mark to read details about the mission that you're on. It'll show you some more text and what you're supposed to do. And you can also click on it and say start conversation. Then you'll be talking to the agent. It's basically kind of the same thing. But for now, we can just warp to the location. So all we do is just click warp location on the left here, and then our ship will start warping to the destination that we told him to, which is making mountains of molehills. So we need to mine 100 M3. So it said we couldn't carry that before because our ship didn't have enough inventory space, but actually because we put everything in the hangar there, everything's back at the station. Now we do have 100 M3 of space, right? 2 out of 125. So everything in your inventory will take up inventory space. So our in charges will show it takes up two inventory space here. When we collect a different item, we'll find out that it'll show how much that item takes up. So now we're in our first area. There's nothing around here except for a mining rock, right? So if you go to the right here, overview, you can click on mining, and then the mining rock will show up. So it'll show up in the overview. So there's different tabs here, right? General, that'll show all of these stations, all of these stargates, and probably enemies and other players' ships. And then if you click on mining, it'll show all of the asteroid belts, and it'll show any asteroids that are nearby. So then you could lock on the target. Then you have to click on the miner, then you can start mining the asteroid. This is actually how all the items in the game are made. So all the items are made because people mine minerals from the asteroids and then they create the items. Although I guess the enemies do drop items too, except they drop like only items that they can drop, I believe, right? Maybe that's not true. Maybe they do drop some of the lower tier items. Maybe they do drop higher tier. Maybe it's a mix of both. Maybe people craft their items and they get the items from drops. But basically this is the mining part of the game. I don't think you'll be doing too much of it because you won't have to mine a huge amount, but especially in this ship you won't be mining at a really good rate anyways. You're going to want to get a better mining ship than this one. But for the quest, the making mountain of molehills, you're going to have to use this ship because this is all that you have. So the mining, it goes in cycles of like 1 minute. So once that cycle ended, you got your ore from the asteroid, right? If you click on your inventory, you can click on your cargo hold here, right? On the left of your interface, on the bottom left, holds and bays. It'll show everything you have in your inventory. So you collected 460 Feldspar. So you don't collect Velospar until this thing ends. You could end it sooner by clicking on it, right? We have 460. If we click it again, we'll have 693. So it deactivates it. You could click on it again to activate it. So you could stop it early if you want. If you were about to have a full inventory, then you could just stop these mining lasers, and then you won't overmine everything. So then he says, that's it. Now keep mining and bring 1,000 units to my station and report to me. So you could just stay here until you have a full inventory, I believe. I believe it probably gets destroyed after you have 100 M3. Yeah, so we'll just let this cycle go, right? If we end it, then we still have some more inventory space for some more ore, so we'll just come back when this thing is mined out. It won't take too long. I think it only takes like 2 or 3 minutes or something. If we already have 1,000 units. Yes, we already have completed the quest. We could get more Veldespar everywhere else, but if you wanted to sit here and mine the thing until your inventory was full, you might as well. We'll give you an extra Veldespar for crafting your own ships and gear and everything. So there we go. We have completely filled the cargo hold. We don't have any more space, so we can't carry anything. So we could go to the left here and click on dock. It'll take us to our mission objective where we're supposed to hand this in. So yeah, our ship's doing pretty good then. We already mined our first Veldespar and we already equipped our first weapons. So eventually we're going to get a better ship, and then we're going to be able to run missions for people and raise our standings with other factions. Be able to spend loyalty points and buy things, and then use the marketplace to buy blueprints and then craft our own items. But when you're flying around, you could also look around at all the planets in the universe and everything, and look at all the scenery. But here's the station that we teleported to. This is the station where you received your quest in, right?
Docking permission requested.
Yeah, I think we did.
Docking request accepted.
Basically, we're trying to look at the station, and you could scroll around to look at the whole station from all directions. So then once you return back into the station, you could just on the left here, you could click start conversation to complete the mission. So we collected his 1,000 Veldespar. We could actually go to the inventory here, right? Ships, go to your ship bay, your inventory. Click on the Veldespar. You could click and drag it into your item hanger, and now your ship's inventory is clean again. Now your Veldespar is in the station hangar. So now we could complete the mission. So there we go. Now your standing has increased with him, and then your activity tracker as well. So maybe we'll look at this thing. So mission storyline, 1 storyline mission completed. So looks like this is another way to give you more things to do. I guess it keeps track of all of your mining, how much you've mined, all the places you have explored, and all the security missions you have completed, and epic arc missions, and capsuleer combat against other capsuleers, encounters, incursions, mining missions completed, and this is just extraction of minerals from ore, asteroid, and nice gas clouds. So I think you could click on it too, and then it shows other trees. So that's really cool. This is new. We didn't see this before. We seen it just this morning when we were looking through things. It'll show where you mined it and maybe how much you mined or something. Units of Veldespar, Pyroxer, and Kernite mine. So if we click on it, does it show more? Amount of asteroid ore mined, 1,230 points. High security, 100%. Low sec, 0%. Null sec, 0%. Alright, yeah, so it doesn't keep it too complicated, right? It's just a simple tree that's keeping track of all of your achievements. I guess you get different medals for getting different rewards. Sweet. So maybe there's a different low sec medal and a null sec medal or something. 200,000. So I think they give you skill points, right? As we were running through the game on the other character, as we were unlocking these things, it looks like your character earned skill points. Because if we're looking at our character skills, it would say unallocated skill points, 10,000. That'll actually go up as you're playing the game. Alright, so now, oh, the reason we clicked on that, yeah, if you go to your character here on the left hand, we'll look at standings as well, because we completed that mission, so we got faction standings. So where skills is, if you go to the right, we'll see interactions, and then down here you'll see all of the factions that you have interacted with. So Caldari State, they're the faction that you started with, no standing changes, so they're at a 0 faction. Base standing 0, skill bonus, connection. So the connection skill will raise it, and then the social skill will help you get more when you complete missions, I believe. And then the corporations, so there's factions, would be like Caldari, Minomatar, Amar, and then the Galante factions, and then the pirate factions, and there's some other factions. And then the corporations, or the smaller businesses within the factions. And the agents, or the agents themselves. So it shows all your standings with the agents, the corporations, and the factions. So without getting too complicated, there's 3 different standings for each faction basically, and each of the agents. So we did a little bit about standing, right? Because we did a mission for this agent. Our standing with him was 0 before, so we completed 1 mission for him. Now our standing is 0.8 with him. And then with the Science and Trade Institute, because he is for this corporation. This corporation gave us a standing increase as well. So we had a 0 before, we did that 1 mission. Now we have 0.07 faction or corporation standing. So basically, the agents, when you run missions for them, they'll give you standings for the agent themselves and the corporation. Those are the only 2 standing increases you get. So basically, you're going to want to go around the whole galaxy getting all your reputation and standings up for all the different corporations and factions and agents. But for now, we completed the mining mission, so we could say request mission. Then he'll give us another mission. Something just came up. So rewards. The following rewards will be yours if you complete this mission. So this will be a better mining ship than you have. Drop off location, pick up tritanium, so you don't even have to leave the station for this one. You just have to hit the accept button. Alright, then you go to your inventory, right? You go to your left here, you go to the inventory, then you go to Valdespar, and then you right click on the Valdespar, and you click reprocess. Then you get 415. So this is just the reprocessing of all the asteroids. Yeah. So then you click on the Valdespar. So this is the rocks that you mined out in space, and then you can turn them into actual metals to create ships and different turrets, and all the ammunition is created from tritanium actually. So yeah, you just right click on the Valdespar and then you reprocess, and then this window comes up. It'll show you all of your Valdespar you have thrown in. This is how much tritanium you'll get in return. This is how much it'll cost to make it. So basically you're going to be losing value, right? When you make this, you're going to be losing 1,000 value just because you don't know anything about processing. You need to learn the reprocessing skill, you need to learn the reprocessing efficiency skill, and I think there's another way to improve it too, but it won't really matter too much, right? You're going to be losing so little at this point, but you do need to reprocess it. So you just click the reprocess button, and then your Valdespar has turned into tritanium. So it looks like you can only reprocess 100 asteroids at a time. So we got the 415 tritanium. Yeah, so we could close this. And then on the right hand side it says accepted. We could click on the chat bubble to start conversation. So we have all of the tritanium. We could click complete mission, and then he'll give us the venture and a whole bunch of money to buy things with. So we could request to see what his next mission is. His next mission is to build a civilian afterburner. So we could build this, right? But we already looted them from the enemies, but I think we will build it, right? Bonus rewards, we have 6 hours to complete this. So granted items, a blueprint. So we're going to make our first blueprint item if it's not too difficult. We already have a new ship, right? So we should actually use our new ship. So if we go to the right here and we go to fitting, Well, we're gonna need that equipped later or something. Here, let's just think about things. Let's take a little break. We'll come back in a second. Alright, good news. So we could actually keep it super simple like we have been. So making this, so you just need to create this one civilian afterburner. That's really simple, right? So that's our current objective. So we just go to our inventory. He gave us the civilian afterburner blueprint. So everything is made in the game from blueprints. So basically we could right click on the blueprint. We could say use the blueprint. Then the industry window will pop up. So, right, we're gonna keep it simple. We're not gonna go complicated. All we're doing is making one civilian afterburner. You don't have to worry about crafting all the other crazy things. Don't worry about crafting tier 2 items or crazy end game items, just the basic items. We're going to probably buy these items one by one and then work on them one by one. Be the easiest way to get into industry. So we could say this station here should be doing it, right? One civilian afterburner. So it's going to take 64 titanium. So we have 64 titanium. That's if you mine out that asteroid, then you'd have all this extra titanium to complete the quest. So it is a good thing to mine out that asteroid then. So mine out the asteroid completely in the last mission and then process all your Velospar and then you have all the titanium you need. So runs remaining 2, so we could run 2 because I believe we need 2 for the quest. So it's going to show that this is going to take this much titanium to make, 128 because we're making 2 of them. And then basically it's going to create 2 civilian afterburners. And the output location is going to be the item hanger. Job duration is going to be 9 minutes and 24 seconds. Total job cost will be 23 ISK. So it's not going to really cost anything, it's just going to take 9 minutes, so we can hit the start button. So there we go. Now we are creating our own civilian afterburners. So it'll tell us when it's done in 9 minutes, I believe, right? 9 minutes, it'll let you know, and then you could always come back here. So we could close this, we could hit the X button to close the window. So now, what do? We have to find something to do for 9 minutes, so we could go to business career path. We could click on him, see what he wants. He's another good one to start. Okay, so he just wants us to deliver something, so perfect, just a delivery mission. So we could accept this one. This is just the first business career quest that we have to do. It's going to tell us to pick up location is here. We want to get this cargo of these data sheets, so we go to the inventory and we go item hanger. So we got some data sheets that we could transfer to the ship hanger. So all we have to do is drag the data sheets to the ship hanger. Now the data sheets is in our ship hanger. So then now if we go to talk to him again, it's going to be updated. We'll say drop off location. So you just right click here, we could say set destination. That's how you set your destination to places. So we could just undock from the station. Our afterburner is building in the industry lab while we are going to deliver these letters to these other people at the other station. So basically we're just going to destination set. Oh, because we hit everything. So we're going to want to show the system info, right? We said we just click on these if you want to hide or show these things. So I want to show the route. So the third one, we click on the A button, and then now we could right click on the name, we could jump through the Stargate. And it's only going to be one jump this time. We just have to make one jump through one Stargate. Then we just have to dock at the next station. So that shouldn't be too hard, just one jump and then dock at the station. And then we're just going to return to the station and then see what else he wants for us. So the business and the industry missions are going to be really easy to do. There's going to be no combat involved because we don't really want to worry about combat right now. We just want to figure out how to make the ships and how to make everything. And then we'll have some cool ships made for ourselves that we made with our own hands. So we just go through this one Stargate here. And then on the other side, meet you on the other side. Because I think we just have to dock on the other side. So then, yeah, the warping graphics are always really cool when you jump through these Stargates. You're just going through space. yeah, and then we arrived here, so we just click on the square on the left hand side here, right click it, and we click dock. Then we'll dock at the station that we were supposed to deliver the data sheets to. Yeah, and then eventually you should arrive at the station. You can look at the planets go by as you pass the planets, and then you pull up to the planet because the stations are usually besides the planets. It's always something to look at while you're teleporting everywhere, while you're warping around.
Docking
So you
permission
could even
requested.
inspect
Docking
these, and then you
request
could even
accepted.
harvest them for resources, but I won't worry about harvesting them for resources right yet. That's a bit later. So now we arrived at the destination, so we could let's go to the left here, click start conversation. Or we'll just do it the way that we're going to be doing it in the future all the time, right? So if you're in the docking station, you'll see all of your agents that you have missions for, right? We're with the business career, so we could start the conversation with him. And then we could say we complete the mission. We had dropped off the cargo here, so he's going to give us more standing increase. Yeah, so we worked with him. He gave us increased standing, and then we got more corporation standing increase. So it was a different agent we did the mission for, but they gave us a corporation increase just the same. So now we have to go to the pickup location. So we right click the pickup location, and then we set the destination. And then we could just undock. Then we could go back to where we came from. Alright, yeah, and then to just go back where you came from, it's really easy. You just right click on the name up here, jump through the Stargate. And once you get through the Stargate, you'll just right click here, and then you'll just dock at the station again. And it'll just come back when we're docked at the station. Alright, so we just got back to our home station, right? We teleported here, we warped through the Stargate, and then we docked at the station. So now we're back at the station where the career agents are located. So we could go talk to the business career agent, and then accept his new quest. It says to get the black box, go out there and fight whatever remains of the ship, and use the salvaging module. Alright, so it's going to teach you about salvaging. So the video's pretty long already, right? So maybe we'll end it here. So we went and did one delivery mission. We did put something in the industry tab, so it's going to still be going. So it's only got a minute and 40 seconds left. Alright, yeah, maybe we'll just wait a minute and 30 seconds, and then we'll complete it, and then that'll end the industry video, I guess. And then the business career path, we could continue going through the industry path and continue going through the business path. They're both basically the same. Looks like next video we're going to learn about salvaging. We're going to be getting another venture, and we're probably going to be learning a whole bunch about mining too. And we're going to be creating a whole bunch more items. Yeah, let's just watch the industry pad. So on the right here, we're not going to talk about anything else or get it more complicated or talk about more subjects. Just basically in the industry tab, you could watch your item being created. You could see 47 seconds job runs. You could see where the item is being created. You could see the facility, install date, when you installed it, and when it'll be created. Then if you click on it, you could actually look at it too. Time left 30 seconds. Job runs shows the activity. So there's different facilities around everywhere, right? We're just doing it at this one facility. There is other facilities for doing things like material efficiency research. Oh, and then our skills completed. Right, there's another cool topic. So we could look at the skills window. So everything is trained in time in this game, right? So we're training up social. So when we do missions, we'll be able to get more reputation. Oh, there we go. So now our industry job is completed. So they added really cool new graphics for it by the looks of it. So in the industry window, we could just go to jobs, and then we could click on deliver. There we go. Activity, track mastery. So let's see this, because this mastery tree is cool, right? It's not meant to be complicated. It's just another small window we're looking at. This just keeps track of everything we did. So cool. So industry, right? Industry achievements, activity tracker. So manufacturing. So we got some manufacturing achievement points. And then we were building modules. So we built out 100% modules. We need to get these badges or something. Modules, and then I'll show the different types of modules that we can create and the different type of modules that we have created. Oh, propulsion and navigation. So we click on this thing and then it shows how many points we have. 2 points, because we created 2 Tech 1 items with industry. Looks like that's the end of the achievement tree. Awesome. So we completed this, we delivered the item, succeeded, so it has been delivered to your item hanger. So we can close the industry tab. Now we can go to the inventory, go to the item hanger, then we could say the 2 civilian afterburners have been built. So we built these ourselves. We mined the Veldespar from the asteroids, we turned the Veldespar into tritanium, and then we got the blueprint for the civilian afterburner. And then we built the civilian afterburner, and then we collected it. And then we went over to the right here to the career industry career path. And then we said we built the civilian afterburners for you, and then rewards is an expanded cargo hold and then some extra interstellar credits, so we could complete the mission. And then the expanded cargo hold goes directly into our item hanger. And then we could even request another mission from him. So he's going to tell us to get 7,000 tritanium, so 70 M3. So that's actually not too bad, because we have the new venture ship. So, next video should be interesting then. We got the new venture ship, right? If we go to the ship hangar, we got the venture. So we'll see how to get into the venture next time.